give me, I don't know, I get put, when I get put on the spot, I don't know, I can't just pull one out, you know, so I don't know, that doesn't help. Well, Kofi and I, because Kofi's my road wife, we've been traveling together since he debuted. I don't know why. I literally went, like, the day he showed up at TV, I was like, you, in the car, you're riding with me. And he was like, okay. Me and him, it never fails. It's obviously it's changed because I got a bus now, thankfully. But him and I think this has been detailed before, so hopefully this isn't boring for you. Him and I constantly get pulled over and always harassed because of how I look, and I'm with an African-American gentleman with dreadlocks. And you cannot tell that cop that there is no weed in the car. He thinks he has hit the mother lode. You know, and there was one time it got really bad. We were like in Missouri and we were driving, but we had rented the car in one of the neighboring states. Okay, so we have an out-of-state car driving through Missouri. I have a Chicago driver's license, Illinois state driver's license. Kofi has a Tampa, Florida state driver's license. He is black. He has dreadlocks, and I am covered in tattoos, and I look like I know how to make some pretty good meth. So the cops, like, from the time we got pulled over, we were literally, I think it was about 3.5 hours, and we still had like another 3 to drive. The cops pulled us over. Cops asking me all kinds of questions. I know where this is headed. It's happened to me a dozen times. The cop says, Coffee, you mind stepping out of the car? And I like a deer darts in front of the car, and you do like the human seatbelt thing. And I said, Kofi, you do not have to get out of the car. Kofi's a little bit naive. I have a little bit more, you know, city miles on myself, as I like to say. And Kofi's like, that was a big deal. And I was like, Kofi gets out of the car. I watch in the rearview mirror as the man immediately starts cuffing Kofi. And Kofi's looking at me like, you shouldn't have got out of the car! So now other squads are pulling up, and you know, I mean, it's ridiculous. They I think 4 other squad cars, 2 state troopers. So now we have 6 cop cars on the side of the road, and now they're all trying to get me out of the car. Just come out of the car. Just here. I just want to talk to you out here. I can hear you fine. You know, in here. They're, you know, well, your buddy's out of the car. You know, we're gonna take him in. If you don't, oh, this is horrible. Like, I know where this is going. For the last time, do you want to tell us, is there anything in the car? I was like, dude, there's nothing in the car. Well, can we search it? I would rather you didn't. You know, we have places to be. Like, this is turning ridiculous. So, of course, I get out of the car. They start cuffing me. I've been in trouble a few times in my life, though Kofi hasn't. So, as they're trying to maneuver me around the car, I'm like, no, I'm going to stand right in front of the camera, where the camera's at. I'm like, I know things, and these are all, like, you know, borderline, like, hick yokel cops. We're in Missouri, for Christ's sake. They put Kofi in one squad car. They finally get me in another squad car, and we watch as they dismantle our rental car. To the point where they're putting rubber gloves on, and they're going through jugs of protein and just spilling it out on the highway and everything. And I'm in a cop car by myself. I start to get nervous because there's now 2 canine cars. So there's 8 squad cars, right? For us 2 phony pro wrestlers. I know, it's a strange world. And I'm getting nervous now because all it takes is one of these cops to just plant something ridiculous, you know?
Right.
And it sounds crazy, but trust me, it does happen.
Yeah.
And I just pictured them, okay, we haven't found anything. How do we explain 8 squad cars, you know, and not finding anything? You know, we're going to get in trouble, and if I have to do all this paperwork, I'm going to have a bust. So I'm sitting there thinking, this is going to suck because I have to fight 8 cops and 2 German Shepherds and possibly Kofi. So they come back around and they're like, we're going to ask you one more time, is there anything in the car? And that's when I had it. I was like, let me out of the car. They let me out of the car. I walked back in front of the camera, And if you thought the promo I cut on Raw in July in Vegas was bad, I let these guys have it. And Kofi was just like, "Sir, let's just go." You know, but it happens to us a lot. Like, that's just one story, and it's certainly not isolated. It happens frequently. I hope that this is good. No problem. Let's do the boy next. What we got?